Once we hear from the customers about what they need, and it's important to differentiate between what they want and what they need. They usually tell you what they want, they don't tell you what they need. So you need to dig deep in order to figure out what it is that they do need. In order to make that reach the strategy of the company, we need, first and foremost, to have a management team that accepts the fact that customer strategy is part of, of the recipe. Not all companies do. But let's assume that we have a company that does agree that customer strategy is part of the recipe to success. What is really important is to have a very good idea already of the processes in our companies that touch customers directly or indirectly. What I find is that most policies in companies are there to ensure that bad things don't happen. But most policies are not there to ensure that good things happen. A large number of processes are there for internal purposes, not for external purposes. So if we don't know what our processes and our policies are, it's very difficult to know where to make the change. So it's very important, if we need to change strategy quickly, to be able to say, because a strategy is easy to change. The question is, now that you've got a new strategy, what do you change in the company in order to make it happen? And those process maps and the journeys that the customers take throughout our companies come out on people's desks and say, if you want that to happen, I've got to add a box here, or I got to take this box out. And so what I've found that works is that each department has a very clear understanding of what their processes are and know them very well, that the management of each department really understands their process maps and really understand the process maps that put friction on customer relationships. And they're never perfect. But at some point, people will say, okay, it's time to get rid of this box. And the benefit for the customer is this. And the risk for us is that. And we'll figure out some way to mitigate our risk some other way. But we have a benefit to the customer that's worthwhile.